welcome back to another video. We have something real exciting here today, I think. I think you guys are really gonna like this. We've got some saving to do. I was contacted about last January, I believe, to take on a commission project to restore 3 kitchen knives. A gentleman bought his wife a set of kitchen knives back when they were first married nearly 20 years ago. They've used these knives ever since, and it's coming up on, I think, their 20th anniversary, something like that there now. I apologize if you're watching this and I don't remember all the details offhand. But now 20 years later, he wanted those knives restored, new handles on, cleaned up and sharpened to give back to her on the 20th anniversary, as I understand it. So at the time, I had a really busy workload and it was going to be a little bit too long. I told him how long it would take me to get the project back. He didn't have the time to wait, so he sent them off. He just received them back a full year later. He sought out another maker, another knife maker, another knife worker. And I believe he's very sorry he did so, because it took, for one, it took an entire year. And two, the work he got back, I don't think he's very pleased with. Now, I saw a couple pictures, but I don't know all the details. So we're going to have a look here today. We're going to have a look at the handle replacements and cleanup work by another maker. And I think we're going to try to correct these sad errors. Knife number 1, improperly sharpened here. I'm not sure who did the sharpening work. But have a look at this handle. Oh, that breaks my heart. I don't know what's going on under here. I'm seeing like a break in the tang here. So I don't know why that is. That is brutal work. I hope that's the worst of it. The next one, we have kind of a slicer style knife. I don't know if you can see that writing there, but these are beautiful knives. These are Wusthof, made in Germany. This is a beautiful knife set, which I'm sure is why our friend here wants these saved. They're precious knives. They're heirloom knives at this point. Oh. What on earth? How does this happen? Why does the tang look like that? Look at this. I'm sorry, buddy, to the owner of these knives. I can imagine how much of a shock it must have been to get these back. And the last knife here, again, beautiful chef's knife. Look at the profile of this knife. Very thin. This is a lovely knife. But look at this handle. Looks like a disappearing tang here. We've just, this has been chomped in here. This should follow back, but there's some bad divots. So we've got some problems right off the get-go. Who knows how much damage we have caused by the maker here. So let's all take this as a reminder. Be very careful who you send your precious items to. The makers, and there's so many people online these days claiming to be professionals. I've gotten so many knives in here for sharpening, edge repair, that people have sent off to local professionals and they have just demolished their knives, just gouged them, put in recurves, and took off years of life off of their knives. Be careful who you're sending your good and your precious items to. So sad something like this happened. Okay, let's start digging in here and see what we can find. I'm a little bit nervous about this break in the tang, whatever's going on back here. See if I can separate these scales. I'm going to into the bin. I can ultimately just grind all this off, but the more I can take off in this manner, the easier to get my grind bits and the faster the process will be. That's why the break in the tang. There is no tang there. Looks like the tang was rusted out, which I've seen happen with these before. We'll have to see if we can properly weld and bridge that. Okay, we've carved and chopped at these. I still don't have a great idea of a blank slate here. We've got to get them down to that stage. Oh boy, what a mess. I'm thinking we might have to shorten the tang of this one a little bit. I'm gonna have to clean off. I don't know what I'm seeing there, if that's a little bit of solder or maybe the guy tried to repair this. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and grind these all down so we have blank slates and we can see what we have to work with. So excited I get to use my welder. Fresh tip. Let's turn that juice down. We really don't want a lot here. This is a thin piece of steel. The last time I did a repair like this, it was like an exact case like this, but a full-size chef's knife. I did it with a flux core welder. Whatever it takes. A little bit of 1/16 filler, 3/32 rod. It's just very light. We don't want to drive much heat into that blade, remember. Chef's knife, not much of a tang here. You can see where this was chopped out by the last maker. This should be a nice smooth. We should have just a little more steel here. So we'll have to take the whole back of the tang, just slightly reprofile, probably starting right here, bring it down so it's flush cut here with this one. The chef's knife, we have those notches in there. Use the TIG to fill that in so we can do a proper, notice our tang now. We have a proper full tang. And they make synthetic handles from the factory, of course. They mold them. They're plastic molded. So they can put all those little notches in, their little grooves that fit, but that's hard for someone to custom make. There's no need of that. So give us a better look to do a full tang design all the way around. And then the most dramatic transformation, this little one here. See, we did a TIG weld here, nice and clean. I've ground it in. We filled in a notch back here as well. This is a nice and strong here now. Everything is good. So this should be good for another lifetime use. So this one will just get a standard tang construction, fairly simple from here on out. This one, a little bit more work. Oops, I'm gonna make a... So I figured we'd end off this video where we started it, and that was right here on the corner of the workbench. Now, these knives aren't complete. You've still got to do edge treatment, finish up a couple little knickknacks. I see a problem with this already. Let me know down in the comments if you can see what the problem is with the edge on the chef's knife. But we'll do another video covering the full whetstone sharpening process. But have a look. We chose that beautiful curly maple there. You see what we did with the tang? So this tang, remember, only went this far when we inserted a red micarta liner, which I just think looks really pretty. That curly maple, really beautiful as well. Check out the handle on the slicer here. That's how it all should look. Look at that. Look at that beautiful pattern on curly maple. Isn't that gorgeous? And then this one might have been in the worst condition overall. Remember, this tang was actually completely broken. Zero evidence of that now. This blade tapers in a little bit. That's why you're seeing a hairline gap right there. Well, it's not a gap. It's actually filled with epoxy, but it looks like a gap because it's dark. Have a look at that tang we filled in. So if you made it right to the end, please let me know in the comments section. It's always nice to know who are the dedicated ones that watch all the way through. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here. A little bonus footage while I've been working through these handles here, which is the video that you're watching. I've also on the side been working through a series of other knives. So I'll just show you here. Now, they're not finished, they're not cleaned up, they don't have finished edges or anything like that. But I'll show you. These will be available on the website unless one of you emails me to purchase one first. Check out this bake apple. Look how flawless the forge finish is on this one. We did a fuller there and a back swedge. It's the first time we've done that combination. Then of course kind of a saber grind here. Medium high flat with a camo linen micarta handle. We did an almost identical blade with this one. It's still taped up, but this is a camo. This is a camo layered linen, yellow liners, bake apple as well. You can see that fuller there. A pair of bake apples I'm working on for a client. This is a custom order. And we have a bunch more here lying around the bench too that I'm working through. But we'll have to show you those another time. Unless you're interested in purchasing one, go ahead and email me. I can send you some pictures and we can put that up if you're interested in nabbing one before they get on the site. I won't even give it a chance to focus. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure you come back for the sharpening of those kitchen knives.